Welcome to Podlr, where we read collections of posts from our Tumblr. Enjoy the MeSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSS head and how we'd rate them. If you couldn't tell, we love them all. In S tier is Lacy Games, The Gaslight District, The Digital Circus, and Pretty Pretty Please, I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. In Tier A is Murder Drones, Has-Been Hotel, Helva Boss, Ina, The Art of Murder, and Psycho Cuties. In B tier is Indie Cross, Spooky Month, Lackadaisy. And in the Plan to Watch section is Metarunner. Added for Podlr, we have started watching Metarunner, and I'd say it goes in a C tier maybe. It's not the best thing in the world, but it definitely stands on its own 2 feet. And we've also been watching the short animated series Me the Family Pet. It doesn't have much plot, but it doesn't really need to. It does what it says it does, and I think it goes in B. Sonic character slaying in Roblox. Back when the Sonic body model was available in Roblox, these were our avatars. Bonus avatars. OC, not Sonic related. Finishing a long video be like, why is the rope in here? We cannot draw, but frankly that's 100 times funnier. Attempted Kanito Pet DIY plush. We found this cute little axolotl plush at a random candy store and cut up some gloves to make the legs for Kanito Pet. The plan for the feet didn't work out, so he's a bit short. Oh well, we tried, haha. Could it pass as a chibi Kanito Pet? He's really cute when he sits, though. He was hung for his beauty. Happy Pride! Random bullshit, go! Hello, while writing this, we are currently manic, and that makes us very artsy and hyper, so take this random bullshit we made. Spampton coloring book page. Fun fact, the left version's file was titled Spampton, colorless and bitchless. Mel is now a certified Three Caballeros fan. We found these ears we had and noticed they fit her head. We think it looks cute. Legally have to combine your favorite TV show and favorite movie. Also, the ears shake like maracas. Napstabluke reading a book. Found this little ghost guy on TikTok shop and immediately knew we had to put on a top hat to make him Napstabluke. Found this Furby at a cool vintage store. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. Still looked cool though, and we grew autistically attached. So bought it and gave it a bow tie. Meet Phoebe. Might try to fix it. We'll see. Changing perspectives on death through experiences and knowledge. A tale of so much love. This is a college essay that was handwritten for a final. Our professor was nice enough to email us scans of the page. Thank you so much if you somehow find this professor. In the story A Tale of So Much Love by Clarice Lispector, the main character has 2 pet chickens. While their family intends to eat the chickens, the protagonist does not. The protagonist leaves the house for an extended period. When she comes back, one of her chickens is gone. Her aunt informs her that herself, the aunt, the protagonist's father, and the rest of her family besides her mother had eaten the chicken. The only people the protagonist liked and trusted after this was her mother and the servants, as they did not eat the chicken. Later in the story, the protagonist's view of the situation shifts. She no longer finds it cruel that chickens are raised to be killed and eaten. She sees eating the chicken as an extension of her love, that the chicken will always be inside her. Scientifically speaking, unfortunately the protagonist is not correct, as human cells are replaced every 7 years on average. Thus, the chicken no longer remains within her. Symbolically, though, the story still has symbolism. Some, like myself, see nature as cruel. Why are us humans and other species born purely to die? Why must we eat other creatures to survive? Innocent creatures, some even keep as pets and learn to love. Clarice Lispector brings another perspective to the table, one that says animals had a role in their life to love you, and that eating the animal is honoring its sacrifice, that it is loving. This practice is similar to that of Native Americans who honor animals by using their entire body for resources. Not only do they eat the animal with respect, but they also make clothes with their hide. They make tools with their bones, and so much more. The death of an animal is not a tragedy. It is noble. Back to Clarice Lispector, providing a more positive outlook to the quite negative. It is common in therapy to gain a new perspective on things, or at least have your therapist encourage so. We cannot change the food chain. We cannot change that our bodies need protein to survive. The only thing we can change is our perspective. Surrounding oneself in positivity breeds more positivity. Within the same story, the protagonist has a childlike view of the world. She assumes the pet chickens are meant to be just that, pets. She does not yet understand that they are being raised purely to be eaten. Her family eats one of her chickens, and this shatters the protagonist. The world feels more gray. All the carnivores around her are monsters. She has trouble trusting those around her, besides the ones who did not eat the chicken. Her mother's only reason for not eating the chicken is that she does not like the taste of the dish. Even then, the protagonist still trusts her the most. The mother tells her that eating the chicken is a loving action, and that the chicken will always be with her if she eats it. After some time, the protagonist takes this to heart. She later gets more pet chickens who she takes loving pleasure in eating. While the girl was able to adopt a healthy, positive mindset over the event and fact of life with time, she also learns to accept death as a natural fact of life, something more akin to an experienced, mature adult than a mere child. Only after she had an experience and was truly able to look back and change her outlook was she finally happy. While it is perfectly okay to still be angry at the cruel nature of things, it is better for the mind to try and see the positive, to see some of the beauties of death, for nothing is truly bad or good. There is beauty in everything. Well, almost everything. Everything in nature, at least. Certain humans, not so much. Randomized free write number 1, The Performer. This post is part of a series where we use a random word generator to choose the protagonist and setting and do a free write based on it. These will be featured on Podlr on our YouTube channel at ManicPixieYandere or Briar A Ceronics. Protagonist, performer. Setting, beach. A performer walked on the beach, desperate for inspiration. He had no new acts for his show. The kids had grown bored of balloon animals, the acrobats, even the lions balancing on balls. He needed something more. He felt called to the beach, but once he got there, all he saw was a vast nothingness. It made him sad. It made him feel empty. Or was he already empty with only moths floating in his head? Then in the water jumped a magnificent creature, a shark with glistening teeth reflecting in the sun. The performer knew it as a sign from God himself. The performer hired a team of fishermen to wrangle the beautiful beast. He saw how they tackled the shark, how the shark wriggled and writhed under their hands. Once again, inspiration struck. The next night at the circus, the performer debuted his new act, the magnum opus of his career, a large tank lowered from the ceiling. Both kids and adults oohed and awed at the sight of the magnificent creature. The tank finally hit the ground. Water splashed on those closest. The performer stood on the edge of the tank and jumped down with a flow of confidence. He began to wrestle the shark, but those teeth, once lit with light, only held a deep dark red. The shark had bitten the performer's arm clean off, and then his left leg, and then his other arm, his head. The audience screamed and ran while the performer lay at the bottom of the tank. There was one satisfied audience member left watching, the one who lit the sun on the shark's teeth, but he was no generous god. Witchcraft Spell Master List. This is just a master list of all our spellbook, scrapbook pages, and little Googles, so we don't have to keep making new videos every time there's a new one, just Podlr updates. Intentions are censored for both privacy and protection. Little Google's Master List. Spellbook Scrapbook Master List. Jax's Cat Made Cafe. Basically just another random bullshit post but with a stupid joke theme. First, here's a coloring book page of Made Jax. Next, we decided to decorate some cat furniture. Our family has 5 cats, so they've overtaken our home. The cats love this ledge that overlooks the stairs in our room, so we decided to make a logo for it. Wish the logo was bigger, but our printer is only so big. Later on, we may fill the blank space with arcade carpet accents. You know, those iconic squiggles and zigzags. Next up, we have a cat named Oreo who loves this shoebox, so printing out an Oreo was only fitting. And added for this Podlr, it was super hard to get a picture of her in it. She hasn't been in it since I put the Oreo on. It's like I fucking poisoned the box. Randomized free write number 2, A Gift from the Fog. This post is part of a series where we use a random word generator to choose the protagonist and setting and do a free write based on it. These will be featured on Podlr on our YouTube channel at ManicPixieYandere or Briar A Ceronics. Protagonist, murder. We changed it to murderer. Setting, fog. It's so cold. I woke up frazzled, the fog stuck deep in my throat. No longer was I at my school. I was in the woods, but the woods were slimy, covered in a dark, inky substance that looked straight from the abyss. Behind me were my classmates, Dennis and Luke. I had never seen Luke so pale. Usually they were the ones in control. Suddenly, a dark, inhuman voice whispered in my ear, "It's your turn." What did that mean? I stared at the 2 bullies and instinctively knew. Control. It was mine. A knife appeared in my hand, generated from the flames of the abyss. The boys ran screaming. At first their wails filled me with regret. Then the black claws turned my frown upside down, filling me with glee. The fog was a gift. We got the words murder and fog. Of course we had to do a DBD-themed free write. Well, that's it for today's Podlr. Sorry this one was kinda short. It's been summer, so we haven't been writing as many essays and have been more on the shitpost grind. So, see you whenever there's a new Podlr.